Yeah, well, it's the city on the lake,
Yeah.
to say the least. But all right, let's go ahead and kick this off here. Yeah, you guys. So welcome to Mouthpiece Included. Like, share, subscribe. We apologize for the technical difficulties there. Be advised, we do have some great Spolitics, that's sports and Spolitics, lined up for you. Mouthpiece included. We're going to unpack it if it's packed. That's right. So today, on today's show, we're going to, as always, shoot through the local sports updates, local to Chi-Town. Also, the Bears, camp. We'll touch on that second preseason disaster against the Bills. Yeah, Mitch's revenge. And then, of course, trending in sports. We don't have a particular politics that we're on today. So we got our resident co-host in the building. We got Ace. Let me make him a co-host. What's good, bro? You know how we do it. Give us a little intro, a little hubbub, big ups.
What's happening? Big ups to everybody. It's been a good week. I've been praying for those that have formed a weapon against me over the last couple of days. Everything is well. Everything is well. Family's well. Mom's well. Everything. Just keep hope alive. Keep praying, and know that when one door closes, another one opens up. Or when one door is slightly closed, 25 are going to open up. Keep doing your thing out there, baby. Keep doing your thing.
Yeah, I was attending a church over there on, I think it's on South Chicago, Super Sweet Holy Spirit. I went there for like one or two services, but their thing, my takeaway from there, besides a whole lot of other stuff that I'm not going to talk about in the live forum, was what's to come is better than what's been, bro. Oh, so what you're working towards is better than,
Oh yeah. Absolutely. You can just pray for your haters and enemies and those that have the heart de Estonia. What was that? Roberto Duran had the Las Piedras de Estonia. Yeah, those with the stone hearts.
I couldn't quote Roberto Duran. To this day, I don't understand. I've never understood a word coming out of that guy's mouth.
No mas. I got the check. No mas.
No mas, or was it uno mas? Has history changed? Was it no mas?
It was no mas.
It was no mas, wasn't it?
Yeah, when sweet sugar.
Oh yeah, you're right. But they titled the rematch Uno Mas though. I think.
Yeah. And then after he quit, he said no mas. And that was the end of it.
But that was the cocaine talking, probably.
Yeah. That booger sugar do a certain thing to you, allegedly.
Oh yeah. We're not saying which one we're talking about or either of them. A whole generation of Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah.
Kissing. Well, you can tell by the way I bump my nose.
Only in America.
Yeah, only in America. Only in America, man. And Colombia, Canada, England, and some other places too. So
wherever you can roll up a bill.
Yeah. So man, last week, bro, we kind of talked about the Bears' lack of the quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Historically, of course.
Oh well, historically we know what's been going on in the Chicago franchise. It was went all the way through this year's draft. keeping up to the skipping of 2 all-pro quarterbacks in one draft to bring in Mitch Trubisky, my man, Patrick Mahomes, and the massage therapist there, QB1 Watson.
Well, your boy, man, reminds me of Watson, bro. Minus, the full massage.
There are a lot of massage parlors here in Chicago. Give them some time.
Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, but but that's what we covered Thursday. You guys can go back and check that out. Great episode. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Also, hit the comments. If you decide you'd like to pop up. Let us know. Type a P in the chat. P is in pop up, and we can drop a link down there for you. But Ace, let's go ahead and jump into it, bro. Yeah. How about those White Sox, bro? How about those Sox?
Hey, man, the Sox are they're playing well. They're playing well. They're playing some tough competition. In the last week, they had to play the Oakland Athletics, which they won 3 out of 4 games against, and then Toronto and the Tampa Bay Rays. They're holding their heads. I mean, they got such a big lead in their division. As long as they, play 500 ball through the end of the season, they can just coast on into the playoffs there. But they're playing well.
Well, you're a little league manager, but it's at a high level, so I imagine you have some sense of what's going on. They're 74-55. They being the Chicago White Sox. The Indians are playing 500 ball at 62-62. They're 9.5 games behind the Sox as of right this moment, according to MLB. And then you got the Tigers, 61-67, the Royals, 56-70. So to your point, then the Twins, 55-71, and who cares? But to your point about maybe coasting, I know you didn't say coasting, but all they got to do is play 500 ball. Are you a proponent of that? Like, are you resting your top arms? Or you maybe giving them an extra day off in between starts or anything of that nature, manager?
Well, the Roots has been pretty. He's known for taking care of his pitching staff through a season, especially a season that he knows they're going to compete playoffs for.
You mean he's not like Dusty Baker?
A championship? No, he won't run them out there every 14 hours.
The star rookie in the 12th inning in a meaningless season. Yeah.
Try and get those 20 strikeouts.
With a blister.
Yeah.
The bone. He had a blister down to the bone. But go ahead. See, Ace, how we want to design this? You do a lot of baseball, and you're into that. You're local. You know what I mean? So we'll talk about it. But we expect you to be our baseball guy. You know what I mean? Meaning Cubs, White Sox in particular. Baseball, bro. And then both you and I both can be the Bears specialists, and then what I'll do, bro, is I'll be doing all the research, staying abreast. It's that Bulls, but go ahead, bro.
There's no reason to talk about the Cubs. We can end that right now. But the Sox, their pitching staff is loaded. So, their starters are going every 5 days. Is using all of the bullpen in most games for middle relief and the setup man and the closers. So I don't think he's working his staff to the point where when they get to the playoffs, they're going to have any exhaustion or any tired arms. You just give them work. By the time they get to the playoffs, they're in tip-top shape, mentally and physically. Plus, he's getting some hitters back. You got Robert and Eloy Jimenez back, and they've both been helping to cover off the ball since they've been back. So, the Sox are in a good situation. They're going to bring up those guys in September when they expand the rosters to, give some guys some days off. So, they're in a good position. As long as they stay mentally focused, I would put some beans down on them to win the championship this year. Yeah.
Wow. You're talking about the whole thing.
Yeah, we're gonna win the whole thing.
Hmm.
Pitching and defense wins championships, and the Spikes both this year, as well as some timely hitting. Although
They
the
got
Yankees,
pop. What are they doing? Slap hitting? What are they doing? Hitting for
no,
contact?
they're doing it all. They're hitting for contact. They've got home run hitters. They got some speed. They've got pitching. They got defense. I mean, they're loaded, and they got an experienced manager. So,
What kind of racial? Are they black? Are they some sort of Negroes? Are they what? They got whites? What's going on? What's the racial demographic out of the first 9?
yeah, come on, it's Major League Baseball. What do you think?
Any colored out there? People of
Oh
color?
yeah, we got Tim Anderson as our all-star shortstop is a African American.
Yeah, there's an American name.
Yeah, Tim
Probably
Anderson.
from the South. Yeah.
Yeah, he's I think he was from Georgia, but he came out last week and signed baseballs and signed everything for kids when we took him out to the game. So solid young man, community based and always willing to give back. And then they've got Billy Hamilton who starts in the outfield some games for the White Sox.
Yeah,
Super fast. So besides that, the pitching staff is mainly of the other persuasion, and let's see, you got Abreu, and then they got a lot of Latin players. So they got a nice mix. Of course, you want as many pros out there as you want because of speed, power, and mental ability to hang in those tough situations. But I think they'll be able to bring it on home.
And how's the stadium formerly known as New Comiskey? You still getting nosebleeds? How do you like that stadium? You're a Sox fan. I mean, you actually go to the games. Reinsdorf, if you're listening, listen up.
Guarantee Rate Field.
Oh, is that the new name? Yeah.
Yeah, Guarantee Rate. It was formerly U.S. Cellular.
Okay.
They call it the Cell for short. I guess that was for the South Side.
Yeah, but we used to call it New Comiskey. But go ahead. Yeah. I mean, the ghetto people. Yeah.
And then now you have Guaranteed Rate Field. They took on the.
What are you saying? You mean like sexual assault? Guaranteed rape? Can we even say it?
You can't say that on the air. But guaranteed rate, is as far as a mortgage, they're guaranteed rate.
T is in time. Rate.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said guaranteed sexual assault field. I'm like, oh, wow.
Well, I mean, they don't drink as much as they used to out there. So not guaranteed rate, but you can get the guaranteed rates from Guaranteed Rate Field over there on the South Side.
Yeah, how is it? What do you do? Yeah, because he's big complaints when they built it, bro. And Sox fans were complaining. I know they made some adjustments. So what are you saying about it?
I mean, the Sox fans that were complaining, they weren't coming to the games, and they still don't come. So
yeah, they complain. They're probably in China complaining on the internet. But go ahead.
Yeah, trolling. But I mean, it's a decent stadium. Probably what they wanted was more of a skyline shot of downtown. Probably where their main complaint for the stadium came in, but it's a decent stadium. They got the best food in the city between the Bulls and the White Sox.
You mean as far as the sports stadiums?
Yeah. I don't know who's Reinsdorf has cooking, but they're cooking pretty well in both buildings.
All right, well, let's shift. We're going to skip the Cubs.
Talk about Cubs are done.
I mean, they're lovable Cubs, but no, we'll get more into it next week. How about the Bulls, though? Anything got you excited? I seem to read articles, and I seem like, oh, this seems good, but then the next day I can't remember any of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's all banter.
What's the starting five? I mean, for me to be the Bulls guy, I'll start doing the research this week, bro. But what's your projected starting five out there?
The starting five, you got Zach Levine, the ball kid, DeMar.
Is Zach some sort of mulatto? Is he French? Is some sort of Levine? What kind of name is that? You can't. That wasn't a slave name, was it?
I think it's Jewish.
All right. So you got Zach Levine. He likes to shoot.
Can you say that on here?
You can definitely say Jewish. All right. So Zach Levine. All right. He's like the six. He's one of those like what's his name? Drake.
Yeah.
Lovable. Okay.
Yeah.
Comfortable. So
then you got
Zach. Yeah. Go ahead, bro. Yeah.
Lonzo Ball.
Oh yeah, I'm happy about that move. Go ahead. We're gonna talk about that. I wanted to unpack that. Who else would you have in your five?
You got DeMar DeRozan. That's your 3, I believe.
DeMar DeRozan, wasn't he? Didn't he play for Memphis? Didn't he get murdered? Rest his soul.
No, he played for. He went from Toronto to San Antonio.
Who am I thinking of? He got murdered, and they finally figured out it was his wife. She did it for the insurance money.
Oh yeah, he was a big guy.
Yeah, DeMar DeRozan. Oh, so this isn't a big guy.
No. He played for the Toronto Raptors, and then the Raptors.
When they won the finals, did he win the finals with the Raptors?
They got rid of him so they could win the finals.
When they brought in
Kawhi.
And they didn't need him because they had the big African anyway. They was doing the same thing Kawhi was doing. But okay, all right, DeRozan. All right, so who's your 4?
Your 4, you're looking at Patrick Willis, second-year rookie.
Peter Tom Willis.
Yeah, Peter Tom Willis. He
I mean, who the hell is Patrick Willis? Who's this guy? Is he black?
Yeah,
some sort of black.
He was the number 1 draft pick.
I haven't been watching sports since they need George Floyd out, so I got to get caught up.
He was the number 1 pick last year. Great defensive player. And,
is he athletic?
Yeah, he's athletic. Athletic, can shoot. Just needs to get a little bit more physical for the NBA game, but he's a good player. They took him at age 19.
So who's your 5?
And then you got the guy from Orlando, Vukovic, is your 5 at center.
And then Wendell Carter Jr., they moved him out to get Vukovic. Is that what happened?
That's what happened, yeah.
Okay, so you got Vukovic. So you got, okay, all right. And who's your 6th, 7th man? You got any depth? Should have some depth.
They got Kobe White coming off the bench, the former North
Kobe
Carolina
Whitehead. Yeah, I thought he was going to be a starter, but no. Yeah, okay, all right. Kobe White. What's his name?
Start over Ball. He's a 2.
Whitehead, right? Blackhead, Whitehead. What is
Kobe
it?
White.
Cody Pimple.
Kobe White. They wanted him to be a point guard. He's not in.
He likes to shoot. Yeah, he likes to shoot.
So
he shoots because he can't pass. I play with people like that.
Yeah.
And they developed the ability to shoot really well because they didn't know what was going on out there. They couldn't run the plays. They couldn't pass. So they got really good at shooting. Drennan Jones. I'm not going to say any names. But go ahead, bro. Yeah.
And they got the marketing guy they're trying to get rid of. Can't get rid of him.
So with that lineup, man, what are you talking? 35 wins?
Over under is
I'd say 40. Yeah, I was gonna say I'd say 41. Yeah,
they're predicted to be the 8th team out of the East.
Yeah.
They also got your guy from LA, Caruso.
Robinson Caruso.
Yeah, played for the Raiders. You know, the prematurely balding.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. He didn't play for the Raiders. He was a Laker or a Clipper.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The Lakers.
I thought you said Raiders.
No. I said he got him out of LA.
All right. Yeah. So we got this guy. All right. So the Bulls, 500 ball. You agree with that over under? Were you taking the over? Or you taking the under? If you had to put your money on it,
I take the over because they're going to score every night. The problem is
defense.
They won't be able to defend anybody. So it's going to be 120, 119 every night.
So you take the over. You're talking like one game. You're not talking over.
Oh no. And if they have some major injuries, then I'll just be out the money. But they're not gonna defend anybody.
Well, I'm gonna take the over. No homer. I'm gonna take the over.
All right.
Yeah. No homer. Yeah. Now, let's see here. We'll push past the Bulls. You guys like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. All right. We got
no
somebody.
homer. We got no homer in Soldier Field right now. Doing
well, go ahead, talk about that. I need to get this link into the chat. Just got a silverback who wants to have some balls.
When I heard the tickets are $300 to go see Kanye put a CD on and fill up Soldier Field. He brought in a replica of his mother's house over there on South Shore Drive, and they built that in the middle of Soldier Field. Yeah.
Why? With all the homeless people, why couldn't they have built a house for a homeless person?
Well, that makes sense, but I don't understand. I don't know why he lived in Mercedes-Benz Dome in Atlanta when he's got a $10 million ranch in Montana that nobody's living in.
Well, Kwame, for lack of a better term. All right, I'm dropping the link in here now, guys. Let's see here. Well, not Kwame, but Kwame Brown. We're gonna talk about him, but you gotta watch him. He's caught up in the internet. Every time I watch his live, he's talking about Tammy Sotomayor and somebody else. It's just a bunch of back and forth, and you guys sound like junior high school kids on the internet.
Sound like he's losing his message.
Yep. He's getting bad advice. He's got these clowns around him, that we can get the internet and we can keep the algorithm, and you know what I mean? Yep, and he's going to lose the good people, and he's going to be stuck with a bunch of trolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't watch that. I can't watch that crap. I mean, every time I turn it on, last week he was in jail, or he's
correct
this guy, or talking about this guy, and
they said I didn't buy shoes, and they said I didn't. You know what I mean? It's like, man, you could talk about that for the first 5 minutes of the show. Yeah. Right? And then move on. And then he's doing it 2-3 times a day. But hey, it's his platform. You know what I mean?
Platform. He's got
400,000 followers. Yeah.
He's getting monetized. So,
hey, yeah. What's going on, E Prado? What up? So it must have been something. Let me get you in here. It must have been something you heard or something we asked. Maybe it was the Cubs. No, he's a Sox fan, for now, remember. So it couldn't have been the Cubs bashing that got him up here. Let's find out what got him up here.
Just
maybe it was the Bulls bashing.
What's up, bro?
This guy likes to come in here bringing up topics. Look, guy, don't come in here bringing up topics. We got a whole show planned out. At the end of the damn show, you can start bringing up topics, all right? This ain't just come and randomly shoot off topics, all right? This ain't the E Prado show. We appreciate you coming on here, but we don't need that. All right, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Stand down. Stand down. That's all you need to know.
Freedom of speech. Say what you got.
Yeah, y'all look lonely, so y'all need some company.
All right, well, I appreciate it. Usually he comes in with no. All right, bro. Well, that's cool. But I'll ask you what me and Ace was just talking about, and then we'll move on. How about those White Sox, bro? You got anything to add to what you might have heard Ace say? Because he's a big Sox fan.
I'm a big Sox fan too.
Yeah.
Well, our manager, he can't stay off that bottle. He be looking like he tore off in the dugout. I mean, all the time.
Cocaine?
I was mad when he was benching, but he wasn't benching him. He was hurt. He was just covering for him, for Anderson.
What do you mean? He was bench pressing him?
See, his comments like that had me snap out on you. And then I start bringing up my own topics because you start talking crazy.
All right. My bad. That's good TV. Don't start bringing up your topics until the end. Hold your topics to the end. All right. The Sox. Yeah. I'm talking the Sox. Yeah.
Yeah, but La Russa, man, he's a step away from rigor mortis, man. He's gonna pass out right there in the dugout, man. You see when he walks to the mound, man.
How old is La Russa? Because in my mind, he's still. I'm still in the 2000s, La Russa.
He's pushing 80. He's
wow.
78 years old, I believe.
So he's the same age as President Dementia. Biden.
Yeah. He's
wow.
And he's got to learn quick to how to those good arms they got in the bullpen. He doesn't know how to.
I forgot Diesel's a baseball guy too. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to arrange them quite right because Kimball. I knew it when they got him from the Cubs that he should be only closing. Now you don't got to use him to close every game, but he's not a setup dude.
Is Kimball a mulatto? What is he? White? Was he some sort of what?
Yeah,
you see how he goes to wind
Look,
up like this. He winds up like this.
Oh, him, yeah, yes. Oh, I would love to use him on a video game, boy. That's the kind of players I use on video games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's giving up like I didn't know though. He's giving up like no runs in the 9th inning, but they put him in the 8th or the 7th, man. They be hitting him, man. So he ain't used to setup.
Yeah, he came. He was getting rocked when the Cubs was trying to bring him in early innings.
Yeah.
So now over under. Well, we'll get there. The White Sox. Ace, I didn't ask you this, but if you had to, are you taking the White Sox or are you taking the MLB as far as the World Series? I said serious. Ace first and then Diesel. Which one are you taking?
They've proven, I believe, that they can battle with the Yankees. So I'm taking the White Sox.
All right. No homer. No homer.
No homer. No dynamite.
And Diesel, no homer.
I got him going at least to the ALCS.
See what he does.
Yeah.
He masticates the questions.
Well, what is the exact question?
Over under. Are you taking the White Sox to win the World Series, or are you taking the league if you had to choose?
The league.
Now go ahead with what you were saying. Now we can.
I think they'll make it at least to the ALCS, but I think La Russa, he's good at managing in some aspects, but then because he's like his mind is twisted.
You don't think La Russa's gonna make it?
No, man, he doesn't.
I bet you this guy voted for Biden too. But go ahead.
He almost.
I bet you he voted for Biden.
Hey, he looks like he manages better when he's having shots in the dugout, man. I'm telling you.
Whatever it takes.
You guys are making me want to watch this because in my mind, La Russa was still. You know how, bro, is somebody you ain't seen since high school, and in your mind they still that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, back in the 80s, Hitman.
Yeah.
Wow.
He the one told the cops when they pulled him over, hey, I'm World Series champion.
I haven't seen them, and I'm a Cubs fan. I've always been a Cubs fan.
What did he tell him? I'm a Hall of Famer or something. That's what he told the cops.
Well, listen. I haven't seen the Sox. Haven't seen one pitch. Okay. You know what I mean? And I'm a Cubs fan. Been a Cubs fan since '83. Okay. So Homer. I'm going to say Homer. But I'm going to take the White Sox. But this is all Homer. All right.
All right, Homer.
All right. So now let's get to the next question, Diesel. Those Bulls. Ace said that the over-under is 41 games coming out of Vegas. If you were putting your life savings, your 401k plan, everything you had riding so that you ain't laying out there with a lower whacker drive out there, begging for pennies, right? And you had to put it lay it on the line. One of those drill mumble rappers. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what anybody's talking about. All right, but if that was the situation, bro, are you taking the over or the under on the Bulls? No homer.
Stand by the window. Over. Put your money. Stand by the window.
I went with the over too, and Ace too. But I'm starting to think Ace is a homer. You know what I mean? But we'll see as the show goes on. We'll see. I mean, he's a diehard fan. You know how we are in Chicago.
Out of the Bulls, I stated a few years ago that they won't win another championship while I'm alive.
Wow. Well, I said we wouldn't have a black president when I'm alive.
Hey, things change.
Yeah, you know what I mean. All right. Well, let's move past that. So we caught this brother up. So any camp news, anything about the Bears, anything come out of camp, any players y'all hot on? I mean, we could talk about Justin Fields, but let's save that. I'm just so over it. I love him. He's my guy, but there's other players, all right?
Yeah.
So camp news.
Yeah. Well, the Trolls came out when he took a hell of a hit this week by the Buffalo Bills, knocked his damn head off his shoulder. And the Trolls came out speaking about his statement saying that the speed of the game is slow for him. So, they came out saying, well, is it fast enough for you now? But I think the kid will be all right.
He took that shot like a gangster, man. He got right up. It was like it didn't catch him like a bad. They ain't even checking for concussion, man. He was good. He was good. He was good. I don't like. I'm gonna tell you right now. Who do we play the first game of the year?
The Rams.
The Rams, man. They out here.
They playing in Chicago?
Oh no,
they out here.
We've been out in LA for the last 3 years.
So we playing in LA, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 with Dalton starting. We ain't winning that game.
You don't have faith in the ginger?
Absolutely not.
No. He's gonna be. He's one of them quarterbacks. The twin
Cutler.
between.
Okay. If you had to choose between him and Jay Cutler in his prime and Andy Dalton right now, who would you take?
Jay Cutler in his prime.
Wow. I just had to hear somebody pick Jay Cutler.
Yeah, in his
on
prime
any list
over him right now. But he's one of those guys in between a backup and a starter. So against good teams, man, he's gonna get you 3 and outs. You're gonna get behind. Your defense is gonna be playing catch up like they always do. It's gonna be nothing. And the way the league is now, they ain't even play the starters hardly no games in the preseason. Teams too scared to play their starters. Like
I saw him throw the ball away in the preseason game, right? And there was 2 receivers open, and the Bears announcers were being homers, and they were like, "Great veteran play. Look how he threw that ball away." I'm like, man, don't nobody want to see this shit. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like first down, and you throwing the ball in the stands because you can't avoid a sack or move in the pocket. Yeah,
I wanted to see the Bears play Mooney and Allen Robinson and the running back with Fields. Let them play with the starters and see how he looks.
Paul Mooney passed away though, didn't he?
See, there you go. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Well, who's Mooney?
That's that shit right there. That's that bullshit.
Darnell Mooney is our slot receiver.
That bullshit right there.
You say Mooney, I think Paul Mooney. I mean, should I know who Darnell Mooney is? I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Marcus Barnett. That's that shit right there. Yeah, bad bullshit.
What does Mooney do? I mean, what position does he play?
Wide receiver, fool. You know that.
All right. I don't. I told you. I have not watched anything.
You ain't got to worry. You ain't going to see them in the preseason. They ain't been playing their starters. So that's my whole point, man.
Oh, so he's a starter. He's a 1.
Oh, yeah.
But they move Anthony Robinson. So we're going to get into
Robinson
that, y'all.
was the 1. He's the 2.
I thought they moved. Who did they move?
No, they gave him the franchise tag. Allen Robinson.
Who did they trade? They traded somebody to the Texans.
The Bears?
They traded
a receiver.
They traded one of them starting receivers they had last year.
The Water Boy?
No, they cut Anthony Miller. I think. They might have. They
traded him.
Yeah, they traded
Anthony.
He didn't like reading the playbook.
Well, let's get into that. What do you guys think is going to be the starting? And let's save quarterback for last. The starting lineup, if you guys were coaching from what you've seen on the Chicago Bears, and we're going to start on the offensive side of the ball because we feel like the defense is going to, be decent. So we'll just do offense this week. So who do you guys? I'll start with you, Diesel. Who, if what's his name? What's that jackass, the head coach?
Nagy.
Nagy.
Yeah, if Nagy called you right now, bro, and texted you right now, said my job's on the line, and you tell me, who you starting. You know what I mean? What are you going to tell him, bro?
So the line, because I don't know all of them cats on the line because they've been new people, so I couldn't tell them on the line. But the tight end, he'll still have to go with Graham over because Graham, I thought he was retiring. He's not.
He's making $10 million.
Yeah, so that explains it. So
he can't make that money doing nothing else. Go ahead, though. Yeah.
Graham over Kmet. Then you put it's gonna be Allen Robinson and Mooney for the wide outs, and if they go 3 wide, Robinson, Mooney, and I forget who the third wide receiver is because they just cut Mims today.
Yeah,
I saw that.
They cut him, and you'll have Montgomery as the running back. So, but like I said, if it's Fields as your quarterback, he gonna give you a chance. And I know what they're doing. They're like, okay, we don't want to do suicide with him with our offensive line. but Nagy gonna get fired anyway. So it's like you got no choice, bro.
Talking about Fields is like talking about Donald Trump. We're gonna save that. So you're starting Fields. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, if he's calling me, asking me what I got to do to save my job, yes.
Okay,
yes,
I like that lineup. Although I don't know who Mooney is, I'm gonna do a little more research. Ace,
you seen him last year? You had to watch him last year.
I didn't watch any of it. But Ace,
pretty much. Mooney only had one drop all last season as a rookie.
How tall is he? Is he a short little scat, or is he a
No, he's about 6 feet.
Yeah,
all right. Yeah, will he run you over or run out of bounds before he gets first?
He's fast, but he can route run too.
Yeah, he's not gonna run you over. He's gonna get over.
Okay, all right. So who you going with, Ace? So he went with a 3 wide. They might do a lot of 2 tight ends too, since they got those tight ends. But let's go ahead with it, Ace. Let's hear it, and then throw some linemen in there. You should know some of the linemen.
They're 2 tight end sets. They don't put in Commit and Graham together. I don't know why. Because they want to put a
system then. It's system.
They put a blocking tight end and with Graham, or they'll put Commit in with the blocking tight end.
So then everybody knows this is a pass play and this is about to be a run play, and then they won't use consistent play action to throw everybody off. But go ahead, bro.
Coach, he's an idiot. But but they got Cody Whitehair. They got I think Mustapher is a center. They got Daniels. They just brought in Jason Peters from Philly.
Cody Whitehair, I thought he played for the Bulls. I thought you just told me he's coming off the bench. He's got the afro.
That's that bullshit right there. That's that shit again.
We just talked about Cody Whitehair. All right, go ahead, bro. All right, Cody Whitehair.
Jason Peters at left tackle. They got James Daniels in there, Whitehair. I think Mustapher, and they got the guy they got from Seattle, the African.
Now I'm gonna let Ace already let me know who his he's made it obvious he's going with Andy Dalton. Ace has been saying that since the show started. He's an Andy Dalton guy all day. In fact,
wait a minute, hold on.
He'd probably trade. Wait, is it too much?
Yeah, now you're going a little bit too fucking far.
He likes Dalton so much. I think Ace is gonna. Ace said something about he's gonna color his hair red. And go ahead, bro.
You're going out there to LA on Sunday night to get your ass kicked in front of the nation. Throw this bum out there and let him take it. And then you come back for a home game, and then you put your franchise quarterback out there.
I tell you what, that big hit he took, but he was with the backup line. I have reason to believe. I think the starting line would have been like, called a timeout or turn around and looked at him like, you want to call a protection, because whoever that jackass is, listen, I know it's my responsibility to protect myself as the quarterback. Yeah, but I'm grabbing somebody's face mask and spitting in their face. I don't know if you can do that today, but they'd be like, what a leader.
Yeah, you got to have a starting. If he had a starting center in there, because quiet as it's kept, the centers are usually the ones who call the protection.
Correct.
It was a whole backup line that was in.
And the backup receivers and everybody else, man.
So that's why Dalton should be in with those bums. Dalton should be in there taking those fodders. Now, here's what I was saying, Diesel. Now, in Ace's philosophy, and other people are saying, start Dalton and let the kid, be the backup. But, if the kid, I was telling Ace last week, if you're going to take that route, this kid shouldn't even be in pads on game day. This kid should just be holding. That's what Rodgers was doing. If you're going to say this kid ain't ready, and if Dalton gets hurt week 1 against the Rams, then if you're not saying he's not ready, then start him. If you're saying he's not ready yet for these things, what happens if Dalton gets hurt in the first quarter? Now he's throwing in there. He's really not ready because he hasn't been taking starter reps. So what I'm saying is you got the other dude, Nick Folk. If you're going to commit to this kid coming in after week 8, then let this kid just hold the clipboard, call in the plays. Y'all know how they used to do it.
Yeah,
if he called in the plays, that's it.
And bench him, make him inactive. Correct. That's what he should be, and have Foles as your number 2, because you're like,
people wouldn't be asking all these questions.
Now you're talking fucking asinine. If you're gonna go into a football game with Andy Dalton and Nick Foles as his backup,
as your number 2,
you're gonna have a fucking mutiny on the damn field.
They're gonna have one anyway. That's why you need to start him. lose his
and
job.
Diesel, it's worse. Think about this mutiny, Ace. If Diesel is Justin Fields, right? Just to do this thought experiment, and we in there and we want Diesel to be playing. Now we in a game and Diesel sitting there with pads on. It's worse than a mutiny. Now, if Diesel was with no pads, can't even get in the game, ain't even been in the game plan, just been playing with a scout team. That's how they did. What's his name? Rest his soul. He got killed by his girlfriend allegedly. McNair.
Yeah,
Bro,
McNair.
that was the way back in the day. This one I'm telling you isn't
Even
revolutionary.
Mahomes was like that too.
All of them. Yes. You can't tell me, Ace, this kid ain't ready to play against the Rams. I'm not saying you're necessarily saying that, but I don't want this kid to play against the Rams, but yet he's my backup. Andy Dalton might get blown up. Now look where we're at.
Let him come out. Let him play. Look, they put Peyton Manning had to go through. He had one of the worst rookie seasons all time. He threw like look at all them picks.
But his might have been what's his name for the Cowboys? His was pretty bad too.
Troy
Aikman. Oh, they threw him out.
Aikman was getting killed, but I don't think he had as many picks as Manning did.
I don't know, but they were both horrible because I was a Cowboy fan and I was like, ooh. I mean, it wasn't his fault. It was just horrible.
Yeah, right. You don't have a line. You
don't
have a line yet. And you don't have all of the pieces yet, so you're trying to figure it out. So you're winging it, but you're getting that OJT that you need because now you got that experience. Now coming the second season,
you
ready.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Either I would do it that way, or he's my third string guy, Ace. Now I'm not gonna go as far as Diesel said, take him out of pads, but he would be my number 3. Yeah. Foles is your veteran. Why did you even keep Foles?
I'm not keeping Foles.
Yeah, he should have been traded for at least a third round.
It's not cut down day yet.
When
cut down day comes, if somebody needs a quarterback, if I can't trade that guy, I'm cutting him.
If you give a third round pick for Nick Foles, Diesel, that would be your last deal you ever made.
Oh, they're gonna give it to you. People need QBs, man, all the time.
Yeah, but no.
If you get hired in a 5th or 6th round pick for Nick Foles,
correct.
You're gonna get more. You're gonna get more than a 5th round pick for him.
No, if they could have got a 3 for him, they would have got. It's the number 3.
No, but you're missing what I'm saying. It's somebody when somebody's gonna get hurt. Watch. They're gonna get hurt. Mm-hmm. The need becomes more, so now you got more weight on them. You should be able to get a 3 or 4.
You're undervaluing your 3s and your 4s.
No,
you're undervaluing what those players.
No. What quarterback
How old is
in the
Nick
draft?
Foles?
I don't know.
Nick Foles is in his early 30s.
Oh, okay. I thought he was 39, 40. All right. No. I thought he was an older guy.
There ain't nobody in the 3rd or the 4th round of this year's draft that can play better than him right now in the league. That came out as a QB.
Better than Nick Foles?
Yeah. Who in the 3rd or 4th round as a quarterback came out that can play better than him now.
You're missing. You're saying. You're okay. That's going to be a very limited market. You're saying like it.
No, it's going to be a big market. Watch, because these quarterbacks going to drop.
Well, it's going to be a whole lot more than Nick Foles available then. If they're willing to give up a 3 for Nick Foles, I bet you I can sit here and name a bunch of people that's going to come on that list that's sitting in a number 3 position or a number 2 position that somebody's going to say, what, you're giving up a 3 for Nick Foles? Hold it, Ace. I'm going to call Ace and say, if you're giving up a 3 for this guy, let me give you this guy.
A 3 or a 4. A 3 or
I got
4.
a whole list of bums I can give you. Nick Foles,
man,
32.
You're giving up 3s for Nick Foles? You call me.
Now now listen now. You got to understand, it could be Nagy's offense don't necessarily coincide with Foles because Foles was running. When he was in Philly, just
Nagy's
the year before
offense
that,
don't coincide with nobody. We're gonna get there. Mitch Trubisky looked good, but you had some stats, Ace, you were about to read. I saw you looking at your phone. Looked like you had pulled up something.
Yeah, Nick Foles is 32. Make 33 in January of 2022.
So he got a good
I thought
5 years left.
I thought he was pushing 40. I still wouldn't give higher than, man. Are they lucky? If I was desperate like what you said, I might give a 4.
No.
You're gonna have to when these quarterbacks get hurt. Give them a couple of weeks because here's the key: they've not been playing these starters like they should to get them some reps. They ain't even been playing a series in half of these games.
I'm gonna stand on it. If you give
and
up
you got to play
for Nick Foles
17 games this year.
who was drafted 3? What's the quarterback for? He's sleeping with
Lance
Future's ex-wife. No, he's sleeping with Future's ex-wife. Yes, that's a 3rd round pick, and you're throwing around these threes like that.
Yeah, that's a gem though. Now that's a diamond in the rough though.
There's a bunch of them all over the field.
It ain't no bunch. It ain't no bunch that's playing QB. I'm talking about this QB.
A 3rd round pick has huge value in the draft.
If you hit it right, if you get the right dude, I'm talking about QBs. You won't see a bunch of 3rd round quarterbacks starting in the league right now.
That's any round. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Tom Brady was a 5.
A 6. He was a 6.
6th round pick. There you go.
6th round.
Mr. Irrelevant was last. All right, but here we go. Let's get back on topic. Once again, this guy's got us off topic. All right, here we go. We're gonna get back on topic here. All right. So we went through the camp. 2nd preseason game, guys. The Bills. That Bills game, because we mentioned Mitch, and y'all was just talking about the N-word. That's what I call the coach, the N-word. Yeah, and his system. I mean, Mitch looked real comfortable in that system, bro.
Yeah, I mean, he was playing with a playoff team. I mean, with a system that's geared toward his talents. I mean,
towards getting the ball out your hands and throwing towards open people.
Yeah. Instead of just running around, just looking, and hopefully somebody gets open sometime while you're running around. And
everybody running on some angle, 3rd and 3, and everybody's running a 40-yard route on an angle. That's this guy coaching.
His trick plays that he has going in his mind that he think that he's still in Kansas City, but he didn't call plays long in Kansas City. So I mean,
don't believe the hype on Trubisky, man. He is, trust me, that is nothing but, I'm gonna tell you what's overrated right now is the Bears defense because this coordinator. I don't really like how this coordinator been called. The games I've been seeing in the preseason.
Who is he? Is this guy? Who is he? Is he the coach of Miami? Is he the coach of the?
He's some
coach of the Miami?
He's come from the Nick Fangio tree. He's a holdover from Nick Fangio.
Now Fangio was good, but
is he some sort of engine? Wait a minute here. We're talking Spolitics. Is he some sort of engine? Did he ever play football? Did he ever lace him up? What race is this guy? He doesn't look black.
He's not.
He ain't that old either. He's not that old.
But I know. They fashion him as some sort of a defensive genius. So.
But they look soft.
Why?
They can't stop. I'm telling you what I've seen from them so far. They can't, whether it's the
why
starters.
Is he a genius?
Right, he ain't no
the
damn
players
genius.
Love him.
Well, we'll see. I mean, he'll get his starters on
but they had the starters playing at least a quarter and a half against Buffalo. They couldn't get off the field on 3rd down.
Yeah.
The special teams is like the worst in the league, man. They running
Trubisky
all over the
shredded them, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Trubisky
punt returns,
shredded them.
Kickoff returns, they special teams was non-existent. I was like, what, they got Devin Hester on all these special teams running stuff back on them every time.
Yeah, but it was all vanilla though. Yeah. It was all vanilla.
And they cut their starting cornerback. They cut Fuller for cap plays.
Yeah, they did they cut him or trade him?
Cut him. They cut him right off the team. He's gonna be make $20 million.
These would have gave you a 3rd round pick if
they went over there with
cornerback would have got hurt in camp.
They went over there. He went over there with Fangio.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But no, this dude. Hey, I'm telling you, the defense looks suspect, man. Look real suspect.
Well, defense and offense is tethered though. If your offense is going 3 and outs, man, the other offense is just going to be able to pick apart the defense because they're getting more cracks at them and they're figuring out their tendencies. So it's important for your offense to be able to move the ball, get some points on the board, take some time off the clock. So they're all tethered, man, and you can't just go 3 and out, and expect your defense to get some sort of rhythm.
Yeah, especially with Andy Dalton out there.
They're going to be going 3 and out against the Rams. And they special teams, to me, you can tell the sign of a team's defense based on how they perform on special teams. They special teams look awful. Mm-hmm. I mean, awful. It's like the dudes whiffing on tackle. I'm looking at the guys who they got on there running down, and I'm like, that dude looked too big. He looked like he should be on the line, the D line, instead of coming down as the wing dude trying to make tackles.
Well, he'll be on the street next week, so.
Man, like horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll be. That's
still at 90
right.
players.
Well, I think they're down to 80. I was listening to the N word in a what do you call that, post in a press conference today.
Okay.
And when they cut Mims, I think they were getting down to 80.
80. Okay. So yeah, you got 27 more players to cut. Those are the guys that are running up and down the field.
Did they increase the roster by like a couple of people since they added
since they added
game?
the game? That's what I was about to ask. Yeah, but I don't know if the active game roster increases. But yes, you can hold more players, I think, overall.
It should be if it was usually it's 53?
53. It's still 53. I think you have some COVID holdovers, and you still
have extra now.
Squad.
That's off the correct. A bigger practice squad, probably more meat. Yeah,
but see, the practice squad, that's a catch-22 because that stuff is like open to the rest of the league. They can go and take your player. You don't even really got rights on.
Is all it is. But your practice squad team should only know vanilla. Your practice squad should only be running the other team's playbook.
Pretty much.
Yeah. You know what I mean? For that reason. But that's a good point because I would pay people to get on other people's practice squads.
Yeah.
I'm sure Belichick does.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah. The Patriots are probably doing it, bro.
The Packers are famous for that, for picking guys off the practice squad a week or 2 weeks before you play them and milking them for their information about the team they're playing.
Smart.
Belichick too.
Hey, but look, we're about to jump into our next segment. So I'm gonna pause y'all cameras real quick. We're gonna do this the ghetto way because the spooks aren't letting my computer work, but this seems to work out. So I'm gonna stop Diesel's video, but you guys, they can still hear you. And Ace, I'm gonna stop yours. So we're gonna go into our next thing, Sarcastaball. So you gentlemen sound like you watched a lot of American football, and so we're gonna take a look at this sack right here, American football. And you tell me if this is, and I get a feeling that one of you guys are gonna support this nonsense, but we'll see. I don't want to be prejudgmental. All right, let's see here. It's a short video, so it's hard to.
They're down at 6. The lead is under pressure, and he is going to be.
They'll rerun it.
That's a really quick whistle. My assumption is
Sarcastaball.
It's because it's preseason. Because if it's the regular season, that's not going to go over well.
Brown's inside struggled with a little NT twist game where the nose is going to penetrate on the center.
This is why you can't call Brady the GOAT. Hold on, gentlemen.
Shovel.
This is what we're talking about.
We're going to talk some Sarcastaball. I can't wait. I can't wait to talk Sarcastaball because it's really compelling. Joining me now is the coach of the Denver Broncos and the inventor of Sarcastaball, Randy Marsh. Thanks for calling in, Randy. Really happy to have you on the show.
Yeah, it's awesome to be on your show.
Randy, first off, thanks for taking a sport that we all love and turning it into a sarcastic nightmare. Way to go. Thanks, Jim, because it's totally what I intended. You know, when I came up with the idea, I was sure it was going to end up like this. Well, it certainly makes for an exciting game. How about last night's nail-biter that ended 0-0? That's a game I want to watch twice. That's a game I want to watch 4 times. Check that. I'll watch that game 5 times.
Good luck on Sunday. I'm sure that'll be another game that I could watch 12 times. Check that. 13 times.
Thanks, Jim.
All right. Everybody can get back in the building. So this is a segment that's called Sarcastaball. What we're talking about is the modern day football versus the legends of what we saw Walter Payton doing, what we saw the great Jim Brown doing. What's his name? Gale Sayers. We saw the great Gale Sayers doing the men. Big Dick Buckus. Yeah.
Buckets and Red Grange and
the Gallagher
Brown.
What'd you say? James Brown?
Jim Brown, Earl Campbell.
Yeah. Yes. So you saw that. Now they're saying it's just because it's a preseason game they blew the whistle like that. But I used to watch preseason, but man, they were playing football back in the 70s and 80s, bro, during preseason. You know what I mean? They played to the whistle.
Well, I mean, back in the 70s and 80s, those guys were, they had jobs in the off season. So, they go to work and then they go to football practice. When training camp started, so they were still trying to feed their family. They weren't getting $30 million and $160 million, $150 million contracts. So they were still playing for. Yeah. So this league is totally different now. It's like the bastardization of the NBA that you can't touch anybody out there. You just watch 3-pointers fly through the air, just like these touchdowns.
I was listening to, I think it was Phil Simms talking, and he was talking about your boy Justin Fields, and he was saying that, him and other quarterbacks got to learn how to, not really take that hit. And he was saying how, what's your boy made it vogue. You remember when they started that? Brady does it, but Manning did it first. The play breaks down or something goes on, they just literally just throw the ball on the ground. Once they made that legal, because remember back in the day, man, you had to get sacked or throw a pick. The whole game is different.
Yeah, get the ball to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you had to get it to the line of scrimmage. Correct. Yep.
Not even on the screenplay, they could just right in the dirt.
I hate that they changed that rule, man. Because if I'm a quarterback, the analytics, I'd be doing that so much.
Yeah.
If my coach is letting me do it and I'm cold, boy, they'd be like, this guy's never been hit in his career. Yeah. 500 every year. But I'd be cold in the playoffs. I take the hits in the playoffs. You know what I mean?
That sounds like Nick Foles' career.
Is that what Foles, how he did it?
Yeah. 500 during the season, and once you put him in for those 6 games, and then he gets you to the playoffs, and he's ready to rumble.
We're going to push through to the next segment unless Dizzo's got something to say about the Sarcastaball movement that they're pushing off on our sport.
Nah, it looks like they're trying to slow down, what is that, celebrations too, right? Or the taunt. They said that they're about to be calling more penalties on taunting. If you notice in some of the preseason games, they've been where guys just, DBs make a good play or receiver catch a ball or something, stuff that they just kind of get up and be like, yeah, whatever. They throwing a flag on them now. So
they want no fun league.
Yeah, taking all the fun out the game.
Remember the Tecmo Bowl? The call, you get one good hit and the referee come out, he's giving them the business.
I used to love that, boy. Hey, I used to love that. Hey, Shakira Richardson. I guess I'm not going to run the short video.
Shakira. It's Shakira.
Okay. All right. The title. We're gonna stop his camera. Stop yours too. All right, we're gonna run this right quick. Just some of it.
How did it feel to be actually back racing?
Actually, just to be back doing what it is that I have a passion for, that's in my heart, that navigates me through day to day, was a blessing. Just to be back on the track, not coming in with expectations, but of course wanting to do what it is that I'm well known to do, and that's be a performer. But God has a plan for everything, and I'm a warrior. And I would like to say, after the race, I was in his passion.
Warriors.
Apologize for my language, but
I absolutely love her now.
My passion will
After
always
this.
come out for my love, for what it is that I put my blood, sweat, tears, and sacrifice into. This last month was a journey for me, but that's no excuse.
She was just smoking reefer. She wasn't prepared.
That was
Today was a day, but it's not every day. It's not the end of the world. And like I say, if you choose to count me out,
every day when she don't run out of papers.
Even after the race, even before the race, feeling the love, feeling the genuineness was amazing.
Genuineness.
Yes. Mix up a few words in there.
What it is that I want to bring to the sport, what I put out there, and it's a blessing for it to be recognized. And so I'm thankful for the sport, and I will continue.
You see her in 5 years, though, she'll be doing a perfect interview.
When I go back into training, go back into competing.
Everybody gotta have the time to get their polishing.
Y'all all are in there. I represent you guys. So
Hopefully she wins.
Tiger Woods knew how to make a sentence.
Because we're not going nowhere.
Hopefully she'll win a racing.
Okay.
Any more races for you this season?
Oh, definitely. There probably a couple, one or two more, but yeah, we can't finish like this.
Yeah, we'll stop it here. So, all right. So y'all know she's been taking a lot of flack. You guys, first she had the, the weed. She can't stay off the weed, as Stephen A. Smith would say. So Shakira. Now I'll just make my statement first, as I just told you guys. I was on the fence. I mean, I didn't even know who she was until they started talking about the weed. I'm like, okay, well, she smokes weed. Good for her. That was a plus. So then now she came in last place, though, bro. Last place. That interview we just saw, I feel like she's going to make a strong comeback, and I'm here for it. So you guys, what do you say? What do you say, Shakira? Too much? Too soon?
I mean, she had opportunity to do a thing in the Olympics, and it was taken away after she failed the drug test. But those Jamaican runners,
Jamaicans ain't smoking reefer.
That you would think, but apparently they don't smoke it before they get drug tested, and whatever they're doing, they finished 1, 2, 3 in the Olympics, and 1, 2, 3 in this race where she just lost. She ended up in last place. So she's got to make a decision. Is this what she want to do?
I don't think it's that. I think it's because first you got to look at why she failed that drug test, because she had somebody died.
It was her
close to her. Yeah,
it was her mother.
Yeah, that's why
biological mother. Yeah,
that's why she was smoking weed. So if
allegedly.
Right. Well, if you know track and field,
any drug program will tell you that you don't self-medicate. That's not the answer.
Right. Okay. But if you know track and field, the way that they it's very streaky in terms of like in those sprint races, who wins, who loses. So coming in last, after a layoff like that, you figure she probably wouldn't come in last, but I'm sure,
last, bro.
Yeah, you wouldn't think she would come in last. You probably wouldn't think she would win either. But it's the track and field stuff is very,
real quick
streaky.
though, that wasn't a regular feat. That wasn't a regular heat. Go ahead, I'm gonna let you finish. But in her defense, those were the 10 best in the world. It wasn't like just a regular heap of people. They had the best of the best of the best of the best of the best. Go ahead, though.
Yeah, but yeah, it's in track and field. It's kind of like that. Like if you've been watching the men's for the past couple of months, count the Olympics.
Yeah.
The dude from I think he went to Florida or whatever. Mm-hmm. I think his name is like Brahmo or Brahmel. Man, dude,
big African.
No, he's not a big African. He's like 6 feet, man. But throughout the summer, man, he was duck. Man, he was duck. I was like, this dude. I was like, he might run close to Bolt's record in the Olympics. That's how fast he was. He got close to the Olympics, and all of a sudden, I don't even think he made the finals. I don't even think he made the gold medal heat for the Olympics, man. He started losing for whatever reason. And then like the same thing that she just kind of ran in,
mm-hmm.
It was like the same thing. He didn't, I just seen the most recent race he had. Nothing.
Was he smoking reefer?
They start drug testing. That's what happens before you go to the Olympics, and people just fall off.
Nah, he ain't pop positive for no drugs.
That as a professional athlete, and on that levels, man, and you guys swing baseball bats, when you step away from it at that level, man, I remember I quit playing, and then I thought about getting back to it sophomore year in high school, and even at that level, I'm like, it's going to be a lot of catching up to do. That's why I was so amazing what Michael Jordan was trying to do, man. Yeah. So track, she probably thought, oh, I can just roll out of bed, put this blunt out, and at least finish 4th. Man, she got walked by the whole heat.
Yeah.
You can't. It's different. Baseball, you can go to the minors and get them. They make you go to the minors and do them rehab assignments before you can come to the bigs again.
But you heard how she kept saying, I know what I got to do. She kept saying, I know what I got to do. You know what I mean? And she, she's growing up. She's becoming an adult now, man. You know, and she got her mom now. You know, the ancestor behind her. The mom wasn't really in her life. I think she had a substance abuse, rest her soul problems, Diesel. So she was being raised by her biological grandmom. So that's heavy too. It's still your mom. You know what I'm saying? So the whole time she's training, she's worried about her mom her whole life. You know what I mean? Right. So, and that's what she was trying to say. People don't know that impact, you know, on that kind of thing. Because who knows what the last thing was she said to her mom. You know what I mean? You're right. So I want to move on, though, you guys. So we're going to show you Larry Legend.
Warrior and averaged 38 minutes per game over his career. But what a lot of people don't realize is for the final 7 years of his career, Larry's back was in constant pain.
He had lost the structural stability in his spine.
Those close to Larry knew what really led to the chronic back pain. Larry was coming off his 6th season and 2nd consecutive MVP, but the fame never got to him. He always made time for his family, most notably his mother. At the time, she was in need of a new driveway. Now, Larry could have easily just paid someone to do this, but instead, he built the driveway himself. At just 28 years old, Larry had committed irreparable damage to his spine. He won his 3rd straight MVP and the 86 title, but as the years passed, the pain became insufferable. Larry had to lie flat on planes, the bench, and the locker room. The second half of his career was spectacular for anyone, much less someone dealing with a degenerative spine. It left fans wondering, how great would Larry have been if he never shoveled that driveway?
Man.
Let me follow if you didn't know this. And if you did,
did y'all know that, man? That's how Larry Bird
wrecked his back.
That's how he wrecked.
Yeah, I knew that.
No, I had no idea.
I didn't either, man. I didn't either. First of all, let me say this. First thing that jumps out on me is, and I know people like this, bro. You know, it'll be like 4 people poor right around them that'll shovel that driveway out for 75 cents. And I know people, they won't go buy a snowblower. They won't, and they just out there shoveling, or whatever it is they're doing. This dude is richer than all those people this is just petty, bro. Thoughts, you guys? And you're an athlete. It's irresponsible.
No, it's how you raise, man. If you're raised that way, you know
be
what
irresponsible to do dumb shit.
I mean, you call it irresponsible, but most people call it like, hey, if that's how I'm raised, this is how we were taught. This is what we do. There's no big thing. I'm gonna do this driveway.
Hold it. I get it, but until you're the moneymaker. In other words, if you're Mahalia Jackson, it's okay for you to be screaming in the house and all of that. But once we realize that you have a gift and this is how we're all making the money, no, Mahalia, we don't need you screaming at the kids and being the crossing guard anymore. We need you in there drinking black tea and sucking on peppermint. Same thing with Larry Legend. I understand what you're saying, raised for hard work and grit and do it yourself. But isn't there something to be said about common sense? Like, no, son, you're an athlete. And if you wrench your back, right? And I would think he would have known that. Me and Ace went to Big Ten school with those athletes, and they was funny, man. They was funny about their body, bro. They was real funny. You wouldn't have seen them shoveling no damn snow.
Well, maybe he wouldn't have been able to do that if his daddy had been around, but he suffered through some of the same trauma that we do. His daddy took himself out, you know.
All right. We're gonna hear from Ace and G.
I'm sure it was a few cowhands around there in the French lick that would have been more than willing to shovel some snow for Larry Legend.
Well, he wasn't shoveling. Remember, he was fixing the driveway. But still, just the same. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, definitely. They should have had someone else fixing the driveway. Come on, Larry.
In the prime of his career, D's, in the prime of his, I mean, I'm sure he's got regrets, but I know your point. I didn't want to talk. I mean, I know what you're saying, that do it yourself. Exactly. And all those guys I'm telling you about, they were raised like that. They had their fathers in the picture and they were the same way. And they'll sit there and have an old refrigerator and spend 8 months repairing it. And I'd be like, man, I found that online for 75 cents. You know what I mean? But right. That's just how they was raised. Yeah.
But his dad wasn't there, so he probably. I wish they never elaborated on what exactly he did that caused him to hurt his back.
They showed it. He was doing something with the dirt, like he was literally doing the driveway himself. So he showed the pavement.
But I mean, it was like he had the black top. I think he black topped it and everything. So I mean, like, was he? You know what I mean? Like, what machine was he using that caused him to get hurt?
A shovel. He was shoveling in the driveway.
They never
that's what they.
said.
Well, that's what they showed in that video. Now I don't know if that
Yeah,
was
that's
accurate.
what they implying. Yeah,
Correct.
like
Correct. That's what they're implying. Right. Now this could all be a lie too. Larry Legend could have hurt his back. You know, doing something that breached his contract. You know what I mean?
Could have been getting a massage or something.
Could have been lynching Negroes in French Lick. You know what I mean?
It's all a possibility. Yeah.
Yeah. But big ups to Larry Legend. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We all love Larry Legend. I think we do.
Do we?
No? All right, well, we're going to check. We're going to move
as a basketball player, maybe,
yeah, as a basketball player. No homo. What's going on? What's going on, mama of the house? All right, here we go. All right, so we did Shakira's Last Dance. Oh, I wanted to ask y'all, though, is Shakira going to be back? Do y'all think she's coming back?
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah.
She's got 4 years.
Yeah, them track and field athletes, they always, man, they'll run, they'll try to run anyway till they damn near 40 if they can. They'll try. They will try.
Well, she said we can't finish like this. One thing I notice about those high athletes and entertainers, they talk about themselves in the, what's that, the second person a lot? Third, we, it's plural. Person. It's like a lot of them. I'm like, oh, shit. You know what I mean? They're like, we can't quit. You know, we can't. You know, if I was raising a child athlete, I'd say we. You know what I mean? Yes.
Well, maybe she's coming just from the, the team concept of her team finish.
I hope that's it. You know, you never know what somebody's going through, and she was smoking a lot of wacky tobacco. You know, who knows where she's getting it from? And they never say if it's all what they call that man-made reefer.
Yeah.
That's messing people up.
They don't know. Could be the tar or the whatever that's available to her out there in the her hometown, Seattle, Washington.
All right, y'all. We got 2 more topics, and then we can wrap it up. We'll let y'all. These will bring up a bunch of topics, but real quick, this is the one I know y'all. I know you saw this. I think I sent it to you, Ace. I'm pretty sure I sent it to you, but we're gonna play it anyway. This is the lady, the Karen.
Oh yeah, I saw that
at the football game. You know, this is a crime if you ain't in the stadium. That's assault.
Yeah.
He got her too, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, the guy jumped up.
But he got her with a left. I just noticed that.
Yeah, he got her too. He
could have hit her some more, but he didn't. He could have been pounding her right there, but he didn't. He could be pounding both of them.
And then she tried to drop down on the police, but everybody around wasn't having it. It was like, no, she slapped him first.
Right.
But if that wasn't that situation, that Karen story would have. If it wasn't no cameras,
it would have rolled.
He'd have got a bad one. They'd have came to court line. Their neck would have been messed up.
Yeah. Yeah, she's in his face. Pushes him. Oh my gosh.
See, watch this. He should have took some glasses. Look, she hit him again. That's when he hit her. That's when he hit her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in hitting women, but that was it. She hit him twice. Like, what you supposed to do?
Yeah. Well, that's when Ken stepped up. Ken tried to defend his loudmouth other half.
You think he told him, sit down, nigger? You know, that's what they be doing. They don't know how to roll. You know, they don't know how to be cool and grab a girl, you know.
I think he was just like, hey.
He said something that made dude punch him, man.
Yeah, he stood up because he couldn't get to Karen.
Yeah. I told somebody, like, man, look, I be having to tell my wife all the time. My wife from the hundreds, look, don't be writing no checks that my ass can't cash or ain't prepared to cash. You know what I'm trying to say, man? Women, boy, especially from the shy, man, they saying
popping women as bad as men nowadays, man.
And what I'm saying is, right, you know what I'm saying, and they'll get a pass. You know what I'm saying, guys, right? I'd be like, I'm with you. I'm the pass. You know what I'm saying? You know, shit. Not that I can't handle mine. Guard your grill, knuckle up. That's not what I'm saying. But nobody rolls through the world looking for unnecessaries, especially in the city of Chicago, boy. People will give you what you're looking for.
Especially if you pay a few $100s to go to a football game. Look like
well, that's alcohol, Ace. They ain't gonna talk about that.
Oh yeah,
over serving him.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Gave Karen the beer muscles, the muscatel muscles.
Anytime Karen thought she was gonna put hands on that brother twice, a big brother with dreads, and he wasn't gonna do. I would. Hey, Diesel, did anybody hear the story? Because you know they're gonna go on the talk show. Like, what was going on? Was it over? Bears, Steelers. Like, damn.
I don't know. It's almost as bad as that one that came out like a couple of days before that one with the two big Mexican guys. I think it was a Chargers game.
He got his ass beat.
And he was on 10. He was on 10. I mean, whatever they was drinking had him on 10. And he was ready.
They were drinking cerveza. That was beer. Maybe some tequila, but all it takes is beer in a football game.
They've been drinking all day.
It looked like something on the movie. The minute he turned his back, they threw something at him, hit him in the head.
Yeah,
set him
off. Drink.
Set him off. Then they start packing him. Bop, 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 bop.
But you can always tell somebody who's never been in a fight before, like the white dude at that Steelers game, how he just, when he got hit, he was laid out. You could tell that's the last jaw. They ain't never felt that. Because I be hearing white people, and I've never had a fight before. They be like 60 years old. You ain't came up in Chicago. I don't care if you're a choir boy. I don't care who you are, Diesel. I don't care if you're a girl. You ain't came up nowhere in Chicago talking about that. I ain't never had a fight. Motherfucker, I hear you say that. Hit me after school, motherfucker.
We're gonna fix that. Damn.
We're gonna fix that today.
First one today.
Everybody in the hood got to know what you can do. For some reason, they got to know, don't they? They got to know. I don't know what that's about. Yeah. They got to know.
Yeah.
I can't say that for the youngsters today, but when we was growing up, yeah.
Yeah, no,
they what you carry, what you got.
No, today they just giving each other pills and lean to settle their disputes.
How much ammunition you got?
All right, well, this is more of a serious one. I don't know if you guys had remembered this. I think I slightly remembered it was coming out of University of Miami some years ago, but hear this out, y'all.
We're on top of a developing story here at 6 o'clock. Police make an arrest in the 2006 murder of star University of Miami football player Brian Pata. Good evening, I'm Elliot Rodriguez.
And I'm Lauren Pastrana. It took nearly 15 years, but tonight one of Pata's
Rashawn Jones
is charged in the cold case. CBS 4's Austin Carter is live at Miami-Dade Police Headquarters in Doral with those new details. Austin.
And Lauren, after 15 long years of waiting, police have arrested a former teammate who is now waiting to be transported back here to Miami-Dade County from Marion County. And what we do know from the state attorney's office is that this suspect had previous issues with the victim, and we don't know yet why it took so long now and why investigators have made this arrest just over a decade later.
Like 15 years.
15 years ago, this picture shows
look, dude in the picture, bro.
Brian Pata kneeling next to a banner with his picture on it at the first Miami Hurricanes home game after his death. But disturbingly enough, one of his teammates, seen here, number 38, is the man who police say killed Pata.
Allegedly.
Arresting 35-year-old Rashawn Jones with the help of U.S. Marshals.
I can only hope that this brings a Pata family
probably a walk-on.
A little bit of closure, a little bit of satisfaction, knowing that at least the person who took Brian's life is now in custody.
Pata was gunned down in 2006 in the parking lot of his Kendall apartment while returning home from practice. He was 22 years old.
His whole world revolved around football family. So it's not like he had a lot of enemies.
He's fighting with somebody to practice, huh? Watch this.
A young man who was looking.
Don't tell me it was inside the lines and dude took it outside the line.
Ripped away by one of his own teammates, according to police. The suspect was a former defensive back for UM. Over the years, police and devastated family members, including Pata's own mother, pleaded for answers.
This is not easy for me because
people
10 years and a half, we never we don't hear nothing. Nothing, no phone call.
Nothing.
And police now credit the community with help in this arrest.
Even if we get 1,000 tips, but only one of them was the one one that actually put the pieces together. That's what it took, and that's exactly what happened in this case.
What did they tell him 15 years later?
Okay, today we also
They're about to
learned
explain,
that
kind of.
Jones told police shortly after Pata's death that he was nowhere near anything that happened or knew anything about what happened. He told investigators that he was at home at the time. However, police were able to figure out that his cell phone actually showed up at a nearby tower, his cell phone registering up there just 2 miles away from the crime scene. Now, coming up on CBS 4 News at 7, you'll actually hear from the state attorney discussing this arrest. We're live in
I wonder why they was questioning him in the first place. I mean, you think it was a fight at practice or something? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what made him a person of interest in the beginning?
They had to have some kind of information or some kind of tip to have him question him. It was right after practice, and they didn't have it apparently in the other leagues until
Jim White guy didn't think to run the phone records.
Yeah, why is it taking that long to run phone records? You see it on the first 48 all the time. They we got his phone records.
Yeah,
which means he may not have been a suspect. He may have just been a soft. You still got to run that. Yeah, but you still got to run. Like maybe they were just talking to all the players, you know, and try to see if something would jump out at them. You know how the coach, Ace, you might have been the coach and been like, I don't think it was nobody on my team. Yeah, talk to him. It was nobody. Definitely not one of us. You know,
they got into it at practice. I don't know, but you know, you're talking about 15 years later. I mean, you know, unless you're telling me you found a murder weapon or, you know, I mean, what really changed?
They said it was a tip, bro. So I probably talked over it at some point, but 15 years later, it was a tip. Now, they shouldn't be talking about the evidence that they're using, because if I'm him, you know, he's got to do is say, man, I didn't have my phone or whatever. There's a whole bunch of stuff he could say. If that's all the evidence they got, he's liable to beat it.
Well, they already got him making that statement, though, that he was at home, nowhere near the whatever. But and he probably said he had his phone with him, blase, blah.
Well, if you're they probably asked him that later. You're right. They probably asked him 14 years later. Hey,
And then they got him on a contradictory
something
statement.
to trip him up. Yeah.
They still should have been able to bring him in. Just so if they'd have run the phone records back then, they could have brought him in for a sit down.
You got to remember, man, Ace, man, Diesel, that's like being in the Navy JAG. I mean, you know, you ain't just fucking with Army, you know, property like that. Same thing with University of Miami, bro. You know, he depending on how good he was, or you know, he on university. Correct. Yeah. And they couldn't look bad for the team and for the university. And it's just a black guy, and his mom's just a Haitian. Nobody cares. Because like she said, she hadn't heard nothing for 15 years, bro.
Yeah, they probably just had the case sitting in a cold case.
Yeah, they
not
were
worrying
working on
about
that.
it.
Yeah, it was in a box. Somebody got a tip.
Sometimes you get one of them detectives who be like, you know what? He worked cold cases.
Yeah.
And somebody give him that little tip, and they just keep going with it until they find something. Boom.
It'd be something I said 15 years ago, and they'd call me, and I'd be like, yeah, and I told them that they was fighting at practice, and dude was talking about his mom and said, I kill you. You know what I mean? But nobody followed up. It'd be that kind of thing.
Nobody followed up, right.
Oh, this guy who said he wasn't around, run his phone records. Yeah. But it's going to be a hard case, man. That's going to be a hard case.
Yeah.
Do y'all remember hearing about that when it happened?
I've heard a lot of cases about University of Miami, so I can't.
Me too. Yeah.
Particularly differentiate that one. But
yeah. So, man. So rest in peace to that brother right there. Now, what everybody wanted to talk about, which we kind of talk about all the time before we go open. Fields, Ace, I know you're starting. No, Ace, we talked about it, but Ace, okay, are you starting? He's starting Fields next week, but for you in week 1 in the Rams, yes or no, are you starting? Is it just in time?
Week 1 on the road in LA, what the Bears done in the last few years in LA, I'm putting Andy Dalton out there. I want the offensive line to have some time to figure out what they're doing. And then we can come home, play a home game, and I'm going with Justin Fields after that.
I would feel better about it if you said I'm gonna put Nick Foles out there. It's just something about hearing Andy Dalton, the ginger. All right, but I respect that. I do. Andy Dalton, like almost if it was almost anybody else.
Nick
You know?
Foles is a robot. It's like putting the Tin Man out there and asking him to run your offense.
Well, he's shell shocked because once you keep getting those knees, man, you don't want to stand in there no more. He's got trauma. All right, Diesel, for you, just in time over in Soldier Fields, as they're calling it now. Yep. Who you going with?
He would be starting. Well, honestly, so they got this last preseason game. He's starting in that game.
Yeah, they announced that.
So he's probably gonna play like the first half, right? So hopefully, because Robinson and them, I haven't seen them all preseason. So maybe they let them play a series or so they can be ready to go on opening day, regardless of who's the quarterback. And let's say Fields shows out. You know what I'm saying? If he shows,
what if he goes 12 for 12? Go ahead and run for 100 yards.
If he shows good enough that, he can handle it, because what we haven't really seen from him yet, and mainly it's because of the line. We haven't seen him like drop back and throw like a 10-yard out on time where the receiver makes his break and you throw it in from the pocket. Just a regular.
You don't see simple. What you're talking about, a simple foot. You don't see that in the N-words offense. Go ahead, bro.
Which is true.
They're always running these soft, stupid angles. But go ahead.
Yeah, but I'd like to see a few of them pass plays from the pocket, drop back, time and route with the wide out, whether it's a hook, a curl, something. You throw it, release it from the pocket. Because, in games, you'd have to do that stuff, and that happens on a lot of third downs. So I'd like to see that. And but no, I'm starting them regardless, man, especially if I'm negative. Because you done anyway. You done unless you play him, and let's say you started Fields and we go 500. The fan base would be happy if we went 500 with a rookie starting, because they can see the potential that's to come. Now, Nagy still might get fired if we went 500, because the fan base, we might be like, hey, if we had a different coach, we could have won 12 games or something like that. You know what I mean? So, but Nagy, you got no choice, man. You a sitting duck. If you want your job, you do it. Unless the ownership, maybe the higher up is saying, no, you start Dalton with this crazy ass offensive line we got. It could be that too.
That's what I think. I honestly think, from listening to him, I've been listening. I think Nagy was on board in the beginning, but I think he's seeing what everybody's seeing, and he's a younger guy. I think he wants Field out there, but he ain't the boss.
Yeah,
he's in that position that Lovey was in, that every boss, every organization loves to have an employee in. You know, the one where you fucked up and they say, I say jump, you say how high, and that kind of shit. He's in that. He signed his life away to not get fired last year. So he's just a yes man.
Yeah.
See, you guys talking about 500. The Bears were in the playoffs last year. They didn't win, but they made it to the playoffs. So
they were 8-8. They made it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, that was an anomaly. And like I said, if we got a rookie who starts and you finish at 500, the fan base, we may be happy depending on how that 500 looks. But then again, if we say, hey, we done blew like 3-4 games because our coach don't know how to call the game, we could be like, no, he got to go, because we would have made the playoffs or possibly won a division if we had somebody else better calling the plays.
Here's what I would do, and well said to both of you guys. I told Ace, I think last week or the week before, if they're 50-50, I think I'd mess around and go with Dalton for the first half of the season. Just for shits and giggles, my man would be holding the clipboard, because he's my prized possession. While I'm doing it, I'm telling Dalton, you're just a ginger. And I'm telling the vet, I'm treating Dalton like shit, Foles. Quicker you get out of here, the better. Nobody cares about you guys. You guys are worthless pieces of shit. And I'm telling Justice Fields, once you get to this age, if you're worthless, I'm going to talk to you like this too, so he can understand what the culture is in the organization. All right, now that being said, I'm thinking then now if they're close, I'm going to sit down the veterans, the ones who are, don't have much time left on their contracts, you know what I mean? And they need the black ones, though. I'm not going to sit with any of the, your Hispanics and any of your whites. I don't care. I'm going to sit with only the black veterans. This is me. I'm going to sit down, and blacks only. I'm going to put the sign up on the door. You know what I mean? And then I'm going to sit down and I'm going to tell these veterans, hey, look, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to go with Andy Dalton or do you want to go with Justin Time? That's what I would do. And if the veterans after, if I'm on the fence, Ace, if the veterans are all alike, man, go with Justin, go with the kid. I've played on these teams, man. It's a horrible thing when a team feels as though the best person for the job is not playing.
Sure.
That's one of the worst things you can do for the camaraderie of a football team.
You could tell they look way more inspired when Fields is playing as opposed to Dalton.
Well, we don't know that because Fields has never played with the ones.
Well, even when he's playing with the backups, when he comes in and he's playing, you could see the players who are playing.
Oh, yeah.
They look like they're inspired
because
a whole lot more than this
he's
dude.
On their vibration. He's their age. He's able to talk to them about Twitter and things they understand in the huddle. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tweet you guys the next play. Andy Dalton don't know what's going on. I'm gonna Snapchat you. Did you get the Snapchat? I don't know what's going on. So yeah, they know what's going on, bro. These kids all know what's going on, and the older people don't, especially if they're ginger. All right, now here we go. We're gonna wrap it up because this is Spolitics. You guys think this is some sort of sports show. All right. Any topics you want to throw out there, Diesel, from last week to this week or anything else?
I got one.
Or we do final thoughts.
I got one for you.
Yeah, something you want to bring up.
What are you thinking about Max Kellerman about to leave First Take?
Yes, that did happen. Yes.
It's coming. And if you notice, when Stephen A. this past week, I think he was on Hot 97 morning show, and he was chopping it up with them, and they asked him, and he said this was his response. I ain't gonna say it was verbatim, but it was something like this. He said, "Listen, you know me, I don't sugarcoat nothing." He says, "But he says when something happens, I'll be the first one to comment and give you my opinion on what happened, why, what. But he says nothing's happened, so I can't speak on it until something, happens." So basically, Max is still there, and he can't really talk on it until something, happens. But word is, he's out. You see what they did with the chick who blasted on the black chick for the NBA? They cut her show. Yeah,
Rachel Nichols. Rachel Nichols. That for context, that's the one. Kwame Brown said he popped her cherry. But go ahead.
Yeah, they cut her show and fired her. Well, they ain't fired. They just didn't renew her contract. She gone. She ain't on ESPN no more.
Yeah, I think she's gonna be doing her own thing with the guys. Cut the smoke or whatever. She's gonna end up doing her own thing until she gets to the network.
Fox News.
They might
Fox,
keep her on ESPN, but
Fox.
she ain't got that. Yeah, she ain't got that show no more.
She probably be on Fox.
The Jump,
right.
The Jump. Yeah, The Jump. She ain't got that no more. She gone.
No,
but yeah,
they're canceling it too.
Who do you think they'll? From the word on the street is that they're gonna just bring different people with Stephen A. and Molly.
Yeah,
but I don't know, man. From what I'm getting,
the bottom line is that what happened is. Well, they're cutting back because of covert. So Stephen A. is making so much money, bro. They can't afford to really pay Max what he needs. That show can't. So they got to get Max his own thing, because he wants to start making Stephen A. money. So like you said, they'll bring in some of those yellow teeth Ryan Hollins type guys to come in there, that they already got on the cheap to sit down and get abused by Stephen A. Coon from week to week, from day to day.
Hey, they got Ryan Hollins. Once they figured out his IQ, they got rid of him quick.
I'm telling you, they figured out he was on a short bus. Man, you used to talk about this guy.
It's like, we gotta get this dude up out of here.
Diesel, and he be all over the LA radio, bro. And I'm like, man, this dude is retarded. I couldn't listen.
Yeah.
You know how many radio shows I couldn't listen to because they would run him out there? I'm like, this dude is. Can we say retarded?
Well, no, you can't.
What's that guy? Yeah, he is. What's that guy who used to be on? I think he used to be on ESPN for some time, but I heard him say when they were kind of chatting it up about who could replace Max, and he said, who could actually? He said he could see doing it because he kind of was always arguing. No, he says he's always arguing. It's gonna be a white person. He's always arguing with Stephen A.
Bill Belichick's white.
What's the guy? Orlovsky, Dan Orlovsky.
Oh, he's all white. Oh my God, Dan Orlovsky. He know we're on to him too now because he won't say anything bad about a black quarterback. They got him all over the internet saying good things about black quarterbacks. But if you check him pre-George Floyd, man, he was the one they run out there to shit over a black
Let him
man.
have it, man.
Yeah. He can't throw the ball and he can't stand in the pocket. But when the white guys run, they're showing mobility and they're smart. But when the black guys run, they're not standing in the pocket to get hurt.
They're not looking downfield. They're just running for their lives. They have no.
And they said, I guess that guy on that morning show with Keyshawn, Jay Williams, and what's his name, the last guy. I guess he's been sick or something for the past.
Oh, I know
you're
talking about the one with the dreads.
I forget his name. But
yeah, I know you're talking about.
Jay Williams,
he's a journalist, though, right?
He's the third person of that very early morning show. And they were saying that Max might go to that show as well as doing his radio show.
Yeah, they did.
But
I could see Max replacing that dude. I could see that. And Max gets along with Keyshawn. I think Max would respect Keyshawn more than he respects Stephen A.
Yeah.
Because Stephen A's a troll.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does a lot of trolling.
Showtime.
Yeah, he's trolling. He's trolling. That's all. All right, man. But Max did some trolling though too with the Brady falling off the cliff. You know, he finally ate those words. I mean, Brady winning chips. Yeah, he finally had to just.
He stood on what he was saying. You know, he had to eat it, but he didn't. That ain't trolling. He stood on what he thought. He thought that was going to happen.
What he said was right. He said Father Time up to that point was undefeated. Quarterback, but a lot of quarterbacks weren't like Brady. They weren't as selfish as Brady. You know, they realized when they didn't have it all. You know, they didn't have it anymore. They walked away from the game.
Yeah.
Joe Montana could have played for 2-3 more chips.
Yeah, they broke his back.
And he had bursitis too. But you could have put him on the best team in the league and let him throw little out routes and sketch across the middle, and that guy could have probably, won a couple of chips.
He was in the mid-40s, but he had no interest in that. He already had 40s.
If Drew Brees would have went to the Broncos, they probably would have won this year.
Yeah.
So, hey, but all right, so we're going to do final thoughts, man. I'll start with you, Ace, and then we'll throw it to Diesel. Final thoughts, anything we talked about, and then we'll close it out.
Final thoughts, Shakira. I hope that you are training. I hope that you are trying to get to the level of those Jamaican runners that are finished 1, 2, and 3 in the Olympics and 1, 2, 3 in this last.
She's trying to find a plug in Kingston. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
She's training. She says this isn't her last hurrah, and she's ready to go on and be a better athlete next year. Those that are trolling her at this point about her last place finish, give her another season. Give her into next season when she can, get it going again and getting ready to train, not for the Olympics, but for the, U.S. nationals and the races that are available for her next year as a collegiate athlete. So for Shakira, good luck to you. Hope it works out. If not, then, we'll all be trolling you next year.
Shakira. Oh, it's Shakira. It's Shakira. All right, then let me get this brother going. All right, well said, Ace. And then brother DJ E. Prado, let's get your final thoughts, final words out there, bro.
I was kind of thinking I was going to do the Bears, but we done talked about them enough with football. I'll say on basketball for the Bulls, we got DeRozan. We got the guy from the Lakers who plays good D, but did we address the point guard role? I don't think we really did address the. They
got Ball.
Oh, we did get Ball. We did. We did. So no. That's good because I was kind of gonna go in on Kobe because he never that fool's a turnover machine, man.
I thought he played for the Bears.
See, there you go with that bullshit again. With that being said, I turn it over to you.
All right, well said. Well said, my friend. Well said. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give you my final thoughts. Go Bears. Go Bulls. Go Cubs. Go Sox. Defense Illini.
Go White Sox.
Right. and go Jackie Robinson. So those are my last words. And then my final thoughts is either start just in time, because I think it's just in time. If not, make him your QB3. And everybody knows that, it's his shit. And, I would have the Ginger and the other quarterbacks carrying his bags and things so everybody don't get it twisted. And they know, I might even have the Ginger wipe his ass for him, and things of that nature if Justin was open to it. So, yeah, I mean, seriously, use your hair to wipe his ass, Ginger. Yeah, and so those are my final thoughts. And then, so you guys, just so you know, on the Self-Love Show, you can catch that right here on TATN every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, live. The Self-Love Show. We're kicking off Black Literacy Month. That's going to be for this month of September, Black Literacy Month. And so the second author in our Black Literacy series is Will the Beast, DJ Big Will. So he made a book that we read, 101 Reasons Why It's Okay, KK, to be an angry black man in the United States of America. And so we're going to unpack that and decode that. So make sure you don't miss that. That's coming up next week. And then if these gentlemen, I don't know if you guys know how, but you can get your cams going. Let's see here. I think I can get Diesel going. So Diesel, I don't know if you're gonna step in next week, but we already have a topic lined up for next week, and that is, nice topic, NCAA pay.
I actually thought y'all was gonna cover that a little bit tonight too. I was like, they're probably gonna talk about that.
Well, we're going to do a whole show on it. So this week we were just, talking the week in sports. Normally, format these is we do like a quick 15 minutes, 20 minutes on the week in sports. And then we have our topic. So that's how we're going to run it next week. And next week it's NCAA pay for play and endorsements for amateurs out there. Huh? Mm-hmm. Prostitution.
Hey, Ace, you was talking you took that picture with Kenny Williams out there at the Sox Park, didn't you? Yeah. You should have asked him how did he cover Zoraida. That's what you should have asked. How he catches Zoraida. I've been like, man, you got Zoraida sampling, man.
Hey, that's ain't that Kenny McWilliams from DMX Sports? No, Kenny McWilliams or McReynolds.
He was a cool dude, man. Had some good words for the players out there. So.
Yeah.
Hey, he reminded me of Stan. He reminded me of Stan, Diesel.
Yeah, don't he? And what about your boy Tim Anderson? Did you tell him how he looked like he'd be gliding on his feet, like his little feet be going like this when he run?
All right, y'all. We
gave us a few minutes and then he was gone, so we didn't have time to really talk with him.
We got the head producer. We got the head producer in my ear. So y'all make sure y'all check us out next week. That's gonna be Thursday, 9 p.m. Chicago time. We're gonna talk about NCAA pay for play.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? These kids are, in high school, bro. Could you imagine signing contracts with Nike? This kid could be a bum.
See if you can get some stats on it, because it ain't been too much that we know about who got contracts and what they're getting as far as the money wise.
Yeah. We'll do. Go ahead, Ace.
Yeah, we'll have to get some research on that.
We'll do some research. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah. All right, y'all. So make sure, when you run around the city of Chicago or wherever you at, you make sure you guard your grill. That's right.
CBC champ.
That's right. Knuckle up. And don't forget to. And don't forget to bring your mouthpiece.
For sure.